Well, hello there. Welcome to the show. I'm Robert. What's going on? For those of you who are watching after the fact, obviously nobody's watching now. This was unscheduled, unplanned. Actually, this week is kind of a mess and a debacle of sorts. I got pretty sick over the weekend, had some COVID symptoms, and starting to come down from all of it. I don't know if you watched my little 20-minute video I did yesterday, but you could still kind of tell I was not feeling great. And due to that, I'm unable to return to work until I get a negative COVID test, which I hopefully will be taking tomorrow and getting that all out of the way. But I seem to be doing better now. So that's why a lot of this and this week has just been kind of crazy and hectic in some regards, because wasn't really planned to be doing any of this. But if you're joining, if you do happen to jump on the live show, whatever it is, thank you for watching. Even if you're not on live, obviously nobody's on live right now, but that is okay. So let's get started. Yes, this is where the fun begins. I want to talk about something that popped up the other day, actually yesterday. A lot of people started talking about it, and I honestly can't say. I think it was Variety that is the one that posted it. Yes, it is. It's Variety actually that posted it. So let me pull this stuff up to the side there. There we go. So Variety posted an article saying Ben Affleck says he had fun playing Batman in The Flash after Justice League was difficult. And a lot of people seem to be not quite understanding what that means. And I know there's been probably countless videos over the last couple days and the last hours discussing this, but I wanted to talk about it here because I just want people to understand there's people out there who are going to try and twist his words, try and twist it and say, oh, he didn't like working with Zack Snyder. And that's not accurate in the least. He has the most admiration and the most respect for Zack Snyder. His issues with Justice League, which he has not come out and specifically specified himself, which is true. So people that sit there and say, oh, but Affleck has said this, Affleck has said that. He has not specifically stated what his issues were with Justice League. However, what he has stated is everything that happened while filming Justice League made it a very difficult situation to be part of. And he says that it can happen, and he has said it can happen from time to time in productions of films. And we know what he's talking about in this regard here because of everything that happened there. So let me do this real quick. Let me see if I can pull this up because I want people to see it. I don't want to. If you haven't seen this clip or anything like that, I want to make sure people get a chance to see it. Let's see here. All right. That's not what I wanted to do. Not at all. Oh, man. That's what I want. Or that's what I want. Found it. There we go. Let's see if we can hear this now.
How are ya?
Good. How are you?
Good. So why did it take so long for you and George to reunite on a movie?
I don't know. I mean, I actually look at it the other. Like I had such a great time, and it was you're really lucky if you get a chance to work with people who are talented and who you like. Hey, come do this movie because it was obvious to me that, and well, first of all, I am roughly the age of the young man in the story. I spent a lot of time going up to bars and meeting so it was the
Yeah.
time that I was a young
I know
man
it's here
trying to figure
somewhere.
out the
I
world
just
and
watched
sort
it
of
before I
Music,
jumped on.
you know, and the music was great. George had happy if you get to work in this business, and you're incredibly lucky if you get to work with people you like, supporting, and the goodness ultimately in people. And I think that's
Batman again in the Flash. What's that feeling?
There we
like?
go.
it was a lot of fun. Had a great time. Yeah. I'm probably under some gag order I'm not even aware of. That's I probably just violated and am now going to be sued. But I think it was fun. I will say it was really fun. I love Ezra, and I had a chance to see Jason, who's over there making Aquaman, and him and his kids, and it was lovely. It was really a really nice way to revisit that as the prior experience had been difficult.
Okay. So there it is. So he says the prior situation had been difficult. So a lot of people were saying, "Oh, is he talking about the reshoots for Zack Snyder's Justice League? Is he talking about Justice League?" No. Look, we know he's discussing and talking about not the reshoots because he already touched on that months and months ago about how it was, he got a chance to work with Zack again. He's talking about what happened on the set of Justice League, and we understand it. He's not talking about the reshoots. He's not. He's talking about the circumstances that happened on the set of Justice League. He loved working on Batman vs Superman, and then it was Justice League where things started to go awry. All the bullshit happening behind the scenes at Warner Brothers and DC, all that stuff took place prior to Justice League filming and while it was filming. So all those issues that he had, and he's not the only one that had them. They're not because of Zack Snyder. They're because of everything that happened behind the scenes. It just so happens, yes, Zack Snyder did have tragedy in his family, which added to the pressure, uh, the scenario and instances and circumstances going on around that movie. But it was everything that just happened there, and you can't blame him. None of it. That is not a fun time and not a fun part of being a filmmaker or being an actor. That is just gonna turn you off from playing certain characters in certain roles, which, as he stated in an interview months ago, by the time he was done doing Justice League and they asked him to do a Batman movie and direct it and star in it, he felt like, you know what, I'm just not passionate about this character or this world or story. I think somebody else should take it on from me. So that is what happened there. So a lot of people, I know people want to sit there and say, oh, uh, he doesn't like working with Zach. No, there's just assholes trying to get a whole lot of nothing out of everything. So just be aware. Be aware of that because it is annoying. It is annoying. The next thing I actually want to talk about, which I discussed decently yesterday. Again, I not only was I third out of sorts because of the way I was feeling, but also StreamYard was down thanks to the whole Facebook debacle. Somehow StreamYard got affected by it. And because of that, I wanted to do a stream where I discussed Halo Infinite and my experience with the flights the past couple weekends. Excuse me. And I had a hell of a time doing it. But I had downloaded OBS. I've got a whole bunch of new programs that I want to start utilizing. I want to try and use OBS a bit more because I know that there's a lot more that you can do with it than StreamYard. I know StreamYard has been great for the last year and a half that I've been using it, but it is very limited and it is greatly user friendly. And I'm going to continue using it until I perfect OBS, but maybe StreamYard will improve even more before then. But as I need to start learning OBS, I decided, you know what? Let's just jump in. Let's just do an OBS stream. So I did that yesterday, and I discussed Halo Infinite a good bit. But I kind of want to talk about it a little bit more here, just because I don't think I did a very good job of it yesterday because I was just kind of thrown out of sorts with everything going on in regards to me not feeling well and well, the StreamYard debacle. But Halo Infinite, the flight the past 2 weekends was phenomenal. I can't believe that, um I can't believe we're so close to this game finally. Halo has been a franchise for me. Like I put it up there with Star Wars, Star Wars, Halo, Batman, that kind of stuff. Like those are my childhood. That's my childhood right there. And it was kind of like kind of almost like um an order where it was like when I was a kid, I was really big into Batman, and then it kind of transitioned into Star Wars. Star Wars transitioned into Halo. Halo led to my adulthood, and those three franchises just huge for me. And I will eat almost anything up that they give me. However, the last couple installments in the Halo franchise had not been very very good, I guess you can say, for lack of a better term. In the main franchise, that is, because they've had some little things. They've had the mobile games. They had Halo Wars 2 come out, but between the books and the games and everything like that, I've really enjoyed Halo thus far, and I got the chance to play the multiplayer flights the other day, and I really really enjoyed them. Now, I am a huge fan of the story. I am looking forward to the story of Halo Infinite more than the multiplayer aspect. But I wanted to see the gameplay because that is a huge part of the campaign. Is the gameplay any good? And multiplayer, I felt, was going to give me a good example of that. So the last 2 weekends, I got in on the flights and I got to play multiplayer. The first weekend, I only got to play a handful of games, maybe 5, 6 games total. But then this past weekend, due to being under the weather, not feeling great, Saturday I couldn't do anything. I was down for the count Saturday. I was in bed almost all day Saturday, sick beyond belief. But Sunday, as I started to come to a little bit, I sat down and I played maybe about 2.5 hours worth of Halo Infinite multiplayer, big team battle, and I had an absolute blast with it. There are some game types, or there's this game type, it's called Conquer or Conquest or something like that. It is so much fun. It is like a little twist on Conquest from Battlefield. Just a little bit of a twist. It is fantastic. I recommend this game, especially that game type, to anybody. I've always been a Slayer guy. I've always loved Slayer for Halo. And the one thing I've always liked about Halo, especially in Halo Combat Evolved 2 and 3, more so 2 and 3 than Combat Evolved, was just the pacing of the game, just the excitement, and just how off the wall the game can actually be at any given moment. And Halo 4 and 5, I felt kind of lost that because they focused too much on the mainstream gaming community with those two games. They were like, okay, we have to focus on Major League Gaming and esports and stuff like that. And I get it. They want to be competitive in that regard because you have games like Apex out now. And back then, when Halo 5 came out, I think they were really only kind of battling Call of Duty for the most part. But it just wasn't great. The fourth and fifth installments. I've found myself prior to the Infinite Flights where I was kind of playing a little bit more of Halo 4 on the Master Chief Collection, at least the multiplayer, than I ever did before. And I think it's because I'm starting to I want something different. I've played Halo 2 and 3 so much through my life, over the last 20 years. I want something else. And I kind of fell into Halo 4. And actually, this morning I jumped in and I said, you know what, I'm going to try Halo 5 again. And I could not get into a match. I could not find a match for Halo 5. So is anybody even playing it anymore? I don't know. I tried getting into a game this morning because I wanted to see how much different it is compared to Infinite. Because what I remember from Halo 5 is I absolutely despised the multiplayer for Halo 5. I didn't play it for a week, maybe 2 weeks, and I was like, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. So that's kind of what I wanted to see is is it just that I want new Halo and Infinite is so much like Halo 5 and I just didn't realize it? Or is it that it is more like Halo 3, which is what my initial stance or not stance, but my initial reaction was to Halo Infinite is I feel it's moving backwards towards Halo 3, which is a phenomenal thing because, like I said, 4 and 5 just weren't great. So that's kind of what I have to think and say about Halo Infinite. I really am interested to see what anybody else thinks if you had a chance to play it, what your thoughts are on Halo Infinite thus far. There are a lot of issues with it. Absolutely. These are still early versions of the game. And oh man, my signal is getting all crappy now, which is annoying. I hate when it does that. For no reason. For no reason my connection just gets all crappy. But yeah. I don't even know what's going on now. It's so annoying. Let's see here. Man. It's annoying, is what it is. But with that, let's see here. We'll go to this. All right, so moving on. What else do I have? So we got the Batman news. DC FanDome is coming up, right? Yeah, we got DC FanDome coming up. Oh man. Getting really sick of this, Mr. Internet. That I said I was going to do after Snyder Cut came out. It's just time has been limited for me, and I'm sure it has been for you as well. Oh, there we go. Am I back? Oh man, this is difficult. Sorry about that. Meant to do. Oh man. Okay. All right, there we go. Just a whole bunch of problems today. I apologize. All right. So, Sora is the final. Let's do this. Let's I don't know what's going on with my connection. I may have to stop going because my connection doesn't want to work very well, but I'll keep trying here. Let's see. There we go. Let's we'll do this. All right, so you have no idea. I went and upgraded my internet like 2 months ago because my connection was just really bad. I upgraded it like 3 levels. First month, perfect internet, never had an issue. Now, for some reason, I just constantly have an issue with my internet, and it's really annoying because nobody's home except for me. And well, my daughters are here. My youngest is napping right now, and my other one is downstairs watching Mickey Mouse. So there's no reason that my internet should be as slow as it is right now and having issues. But yeah, that's what's going on. So Sora is finally here from Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I definitely did upgrade the router whenever I got updated. They sent me all brand new equipment I got. It's annoying. It really is. From Kingdom Hearts. So Sora is the next in the final roster member for Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Yeah. Finally. Honestly, I've and this is gonna probably sound really bad. I am a video gamer. I absolutely love playing video games, but I am not a huge fan of the Smash Brothers games, and I'll tell you why. It's nothing to do like I think they're fun games. It's just too damn competitive for me. People get so competitive with that game, and it doesn't make it that much fun for me. I've tried to sit there and play them. I have fun sometimes, but honestly, I'm not a huge fan. And then as for Kingdom Hearts, I don't know. I played the first one, which was probably what would you say that was 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago that game came out. I never played anything after that, the two and a half, or all because they've had multiple versions. I haven't played those, but I did play the first one. It's all right. I mean, it was basically like, do you like Final Fantasy? Do you like Disney? Well, here you go, and you kind of get the same thing. No, I don't. I don't, Victor. I'm sorry. I tell you what game I do like, which, in my opinion, I'm going to see if I can find it real quick while I do this. Let's see here. Because, in my opinion, credits everybody credits Super Smash Brothers or Smash Brothers as being like the creator of that genre of gaming. And I tell you what, there's a game that a lot of people don't really know about that came out on the PlayStation. Oh, how long ago was that? That was back in 1997. So, well, maybe let's see. That's 97. When did this come out? It was on the N64, right? Maybe I'm wrong. That came out in 1999. Okay, so yes, this game, in my opinion, is far superior to Smash Brothers. And I know you're gonna laugh at me whenever I show it, but it's called Poi Poi. to me, Poi Poi was the true start to that genre of the fighting games when it comes to what you call it, to consoles, like Smash Brothers is. It was just a blast. If you look at this is like what the maps look like. You would have like little maps here, and you would be able to throw the objects at one another, pick up the boulders, the logs, you get bombs, you could pick up things like that, and you throw them at each other, and essentially you would knock people off the side, kill them. It was so much fun. It was such a blast. It's a game that I don't think gets enough credit for what it actually is. I wish it got more credit because it is a blast of a time. Oh man, I'm telling you, if you get a chance to check it out, it doesn't hold up today. I mean, that's it's been almost 30 years since that game came out, but 30 years ago, let me tell you, not 30 years, but 20 years. What was it? When I was, how old would I have been? 10, 11 years old at that time. This was the game. My buddy and I, we would sit down, we play Poi Poi, Jet Moto. What else did we play? Bushido Blade. That was another great fighting game that doesn't get enough credit for its time. But yeah, some great games back then. And again, I get it. I get the love of Smash Brothers. I do. I get the love for it. I can't get into it because of how competitive it is. It's just ridiculously competitive. Really hoping my connection gets better so I can actually put my picture up. Oh man. What makes me really mad about my whole connection thing is my download speed is incredible. I mean, it's right where it's supposed to be, but my upload, like I'm supposed to get 50 upload and I'm getting 1. Like less than 1 right now. That's insane. Absolutely insane. But I was talking about DC FanDome. Let's see if I can get back to DC FanDome here. Because I want to talk about that, but I closed the show because that's what I'll talk about. All right, so DC FanDome, I haven't signed. I'm honestly not that excited about it. I know that we're gonna get stuff on Flash. I know we're gonna get stuff on Black Adam, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, the Batman. We're going to get a lot of cool information as well as possible some video game things as well. But honestly, there's something that's it just seems to be missing from the hype this year. And I know you can all sit there and say, oh, you're talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League because that was the hype of last year's DC FanDome. 100%. I'm not going to even deny that. My hype for the Snyder Cut is far bigger than anything else last year. But I think because of all the turmoil that has transpired with Warner Brothers, with the DC property, it's really hard to get excited about because we have no idea what they're doing. And no comments going to present to us what they are doing at FanDome. That is what I don't like, and that is what I worry about because there's no reason they should not be. There's no reason we shouldn't have an idea. And I'm not saying go the Marvel route and say, well, here's the next 5 years or 15 projects we're doing. At least give us an idea of how things are going to connect and how things are going to flip it. We just have no idea of any of that. And I think that's why my excitement level is so low. And I think that's why other people aren't as excited for it. Everybody wants to sit there and say, for the Snyderverse at all, but I don't really think that's what it is. I think for a lot of people, it is what I just said. We just want to know. And we understand, the Snyder fans understand, Snyder's is an Elseworlds. He has explained that his Elseworlds. We would love to continue. But to get excited about everything, we kind of have to have an idea and we kind of have to know where they're going. And we have not a single clue on what they're doing. Yeah, we have Black Adam, but that's going to be taking place in the past. We have Shazam, which is a current day. We have the Batman, which is another Elseworlds thing. We have the Flash, which is going to go into the multiverse of things. There's no rhyme or reason for any of it. So I think everybody else would really like to see, we would all like to see what this is. And I hope they do that at DC FanDome. But again, there's no confidence that they're going to actually do that. But I'm going to get off here. Obviously, my connection is absolute crap. So I'm not going to try and continue moving forward with my show. I got about 30 minutes. That's all I was really aiming for anyways. Pegasus, thank you so much for stopping by. I don't know if your store is back up and running yet. The last time I jumped on your to go check it out, it was down. So if it's back up, definitely head over to Pegasus Art and check out his work. It is fantastic. It's amazing. works of art. But with all that said, guys, thank you so much for sitting in and watching. Hopefully the stream will have better connection next time. I'm actually probably call my internet service provider right after this and give them a piece of mind, because this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. But with all that said, guys, oops, I will talk it.